Is that finger yummy? What does it taste like? Yum, yum, yum. You want a nipple? Guess what? Mummy's going to give you some nice rustly milklies later. Who's a handsome baby? Yes, you are.
Hi guys!
Greetings!
Welcome to our channel.
Today we're going to do...
Today we're gonna talk about, as what title says, birth story vlog, and it's gonna be about Felix this time.
So last time we did about Peter, which you can watch.
There.
There. Okay, there. Got it now.
It's like it here. Yeah.
But this time we're going to do about Felix's birth. So Felix is a different birth to Peter because Peter was a natural birth, but Felix was not.
Yeah.
So shall we go back in time to when you were pregnant, and what did the doctor say to us?
So because when I was pregnant with my first, that was Peter, we had a difficult time. So for the second time, the doctor advised, they gave us an option. It's either we can still do normal birth, vaginal birth, but maybe there's a risk.
And they recommend
C-section. So I was scheduled to do
so the reason is
cesarean section for Felix.
That's right, because Peter, our first son, he has shoulder. You say it better than me. He has shoulder
Dystocia.
Yeah, and so which meant he got stuck. He got his shoulder stuck as he was coming out
In the vagina.
as my wife says, in her vagina. That could have caused him brain damage and things like that, or even he could have got injured with him, could have had a broken shoulder, things like that.
Something like
Luckily, everything's okay with him.
Yeah.
But when the doctor was checking up on Felix, one of the risks of shoulder dystocia, is that right?
Dystocia. Dystocia.
Is if the baby is big, which Felix was again. Not quite as big as Peter, but still very big.
Yeah.
And Peter was just over 10 pounds, and Felix was just under 9 point. No.
Just 5 grams under.
Yeah, 4.49. I think just under 4.5 kilos. So just under the 10 pounds. So that's one thing, being a big baby, and secondly is if you had a history of shoulder
dystocia
in the past, there's also a
there's
risk.
a big risk.
Bigger risk.
Yeah, that it's gonna happen again.
So for these reasons, we decided to go for the cesarean, the C-section.
And I was happy.
Yeah. So
no pain at all.
But the time of Felix's birth was due around Chinese New Year, so some of the dates were not available for us to choose. Oh, in Hong Kong, lots of people get C-section. It's very common. Maybe more common in other parts of the world.
Yep.
And so our doctor gave us a choice of 4 or 5 dates. I think it was something like the 1st of February, and then the 7th of February, 8th of February, 9th of February, something like that. And we chose.
I chose 8.
Because?
Yeah, it's because it's in Philippines. We 8 is lucky number along with 7. So I think 8 because they said 2 rounds. It means money.
Oh, okay.
So it's lucky. So I chose 8.
Also lucky in China as well.
And also I like it because Peter was born on the 9th, November 9, and so I'd like 8. So it's close, like 8 and 9.
Because we're 16 or 17, aren't we?
He was born on the 16th and I was born on 17, so close number, so it's nice.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then for the doctor, there was 4 scheduled C-sections on that day, and we were number 3 going at 11 o'clock. So okay, so my parents had arrived, and they're in Hong Kong.
Yeah, they were here a week before Felix was born.
So they could look after Peter.
Yeah.
So in the morning we came to the hospital together, didn't we? So
we went to the hospital early in the morning. It's like around before 8 o'clock in the morning, but my schedule is 10 o'clock. So you leave me there, and I was staying in the room relaxing, and I was chatting with one mom because we will be together, not together at the same scheduled time. So we were in the same room, and after that, before 10 or 10, they brought us to the what do you call that?
Delivery room,
Delivery
in the
room,
theatre.
yeah, in the theater. But the moment I went out to the room, I saw Jess, but very, very quickly, and I started to
I was
cry.
waiting in the corridor.
So
I think I grabbed your hand and said, what did I say?
It was very. I think you just said love you, something like that. But it was very, very quick, and I was very, very, very scared because I didn't feel any pain at all when I gave birth to Felix. But I'm very, very scared of the needle pointing at my back.
So some people watching this might wonder, why didn't I go into the theatre with you?
Yeah, so maybe in another country or other hospital, husbands are allowed no matter what. It's either vaginal birth or C-section birth.
Especially planned C-section.
Yeah, this is a scheduled birth. This is not like emergency birth. But then still weird that the husband didn't let us in.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Allowed,
I'm not so sure if it's just in Chunmun Hospital because as far as I remember, my friend Lance, she had an emergency C-section, but her husband was still allowed. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's just Hong Kong or just the hospital we were in.
So I was left outside, basically in the corridor on some seats. Nobody giving me any information for a long time. Okay, so you carry on with your bit of the story.
Yeah, so I was there, and then I was really disappointed that Jess wasn't by my side, and I was really shaking and scared. And then there's one nurse. It's completely, I think it's dark. I don't know. I was just like completely blacked out. Not blacked out, but I can't recognize any faces. But then there's one nurse came to me. She's very, very nice, and I said, "Are you scared?" And then she said, "It's okay. You can hold my hand." So I hold her hand.
Give me my hand.
Yeah. But I was really shaking. I'm really, really scared of the needle pointing at my back, and I have to really bend really tight, and I have a big tummy, very, very big tummy, and it's really difficult to bend. But then, after a few minutes, and I started to feel numb. They're starting to pinching me below my waist, and then I said, "Do you feel anything?" They are maybe poking needles on my feet or something. Do you feel anything? And then I said, "Yeah, a little bit." And then after maybe half an hour, I don't know if it's half an hour or what. But then that's the time they started to cover my face, below my waist, and then so I can't see anything what they are doing on my tummy. Yeah, I can't feel anything. I don't know what they are doing on my tummy, but then I can feel the cutting bits.
Oh, you can feel it?
I didn't feel any pain or whatsoever. I just can feel something is moving. Like I can see people are moving, doing something on my tummy. And I can feel my abdomen's moving. Not moving, but I can feel it. I can feel like there's moving thing.
And at 11 minutes past 11 in the morning, baby Felix
was
J,
born. Felix
Danilo,
Sterling was born. But
just under 10 pounds.
I heard his first cry. He cried. Yeah, I heard his first cry, and then the time I feel relief. And then they tapped me and they said, "This is your baby." And then
they asked, "Is this your baby?"
Yeah, this is your. No, this is your. Here's your baby. Sorry.
Please, "This is your baby." No, you've lost him.
Here's your baby. They just tapped me on my shoulder, and then I said, "Here's your baby." And then they show me how he looked like, and then oh my God, he has a very black hair. I saw him. He's gonna look like me, for I suppose so. And then he has big birthmark at his back. And then all I saw was he has a very black hair and a birthmark. And then they take him away, and then I started to feel like a little bit pain, and I said, "I can't feel anything. I can feel like something is stitching happening on my thing." And then that's the time on my tummy, and then they started to put my thing in, and I passed out. And then after a while they woke me up and said, "It's okay now." But it took me so long to stay in the theater. And just started to be very worried.
So my turn for the story. So I was still waiting outside, and I think I saw Felix getting sent past in a box. In a box, yeah. I think he got wheeled past
box.
Yeah, because in the Chunmun Hospital, everything's on different floors. The floor for the cesarean section is on one floor. The floor for the intensive care unit, the ICU, which is where Felix got taken to, is on a different floor, and the floor for the mummies is on a different floor. So it's all separated by lifts. So Felix got taken to the intensive care unit because he was jaundiced, I think because I think that's the reason.
Is it?
Yeah, or I know, was it low sugar count, something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but again, we've seen to find out that they don't take any risks in Hong Kong. All babies seem to end up in the ICU, and that's perfect.
Yep.
And yeah, and I couldn't see Michelle, and no one was telling me what was happening. And I think I went to knock on the door of the nurse's station, or just inside, and say, "Where's my wife? What's happening?" And then eventually, they told me your wife has lost a lot of blood, more blood than she should. So that's good. How's the baby? How's the baby? Oh, the baby's okay. The baby's gone to intensive care unit. Baby's got some sugar problem. Ah! So telling me all this.
Everything is wrong.
Yeah.
Everything
And then I
is
still have to
wrong.
wait on my own, and still said, no, just wait outside. Daddy, just wait outside. Okay, waiting outside. And then eventually they said, you can go and see your wife. And I came in to see you, and you're still recovering in the recovery room, weren't you?
Yeah.
From I'm not sure if it's from the anaesthetic or from the drugs they gave you, the painkillers, but I could hold your hand and talk to you for a bit.
Yeah, but yeah, they won't. I was starving, like really, really starving, but they won't let me eat yet. And I think that's it. Then after 9 o'clock, they moved me to the bed. They moved
Hang
me
on,
to.
missing meeting the baby for the first time.
I have not met the baby.
No, me.
Oh yeah, you.
Yeah. So the whole thing
I've
about.
not met the baby for 24 hours.
So the whole thing about Michelle being recovering and not being
12 hours.
yes, recovering from the operation, she wasn't really allowed to move. So she got separated. She got sent to her ward, and she couldn't go and see the baby. So I had to go and see the baby Felix. So I was one who really got to see Felix properly for the first time. Well, you did get to see him when immediately after the birth.
I think after 12 hours.
But immediately after this C-section, they showed you his face and showed you his birthmark.
Yeah, but that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
So okay, we're going to play the video which I took of Felix in the box. So we're going to watch that now.
Yeah, I was not there.
So
Never see that.
So this video I took. Oh dear, look at his face. He's got
I'm gonna pop.
yeah, he's dribbling. So he must have been fed formula milk already by that stage.
Yeah, so it's in Hong Kong, it's normal to be fed. They won't ask permission to the parents if we wanted to be fed our baby with formula or what. They will just feed the baby with the formula milk.
Oh.
So he was being fed by formula.
But at least he's not quite so ugly as Peter when he's born.
Like, that one is perfect shaped head. Peter was like that, but Felix has a perfect head. Very
that's because poor old Peter had to squeeze his way out through your vagina.
Him is very easy.
So squeeze his head into
someone
British
take
shape
him out
and made him a purple colour. Well, Felix just got pulled out. Okay, and there's a lovely
that's
picture.
Very sweet. That's Daddy and Felix.
Hope you show that one as well.
Look at
this picture here.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop the pictures here, and look at his hair. It's very black and thick.
Such a cute baby.
So I always thought, oh, it's gonna be like me. Oh.
There's a cute picture. We've got his eyes closed there, but one thing I noticed with Felix compared to Peter, because Peter was so tired after his ordeal of coming through the birth canal.
No energy.
Felix was
full of energy.
Well, his eyes were open. He wanted to see everything.
He's looking hungry there.
Wanted to see everything. He was looking around. He's like this, seeing all taking in his environment, and he wasn't crying. Just very happy. There's another video of him coming up. There's the video. Here it is. Let's watch this video. I think this is.
Wandering around. What's happening? Where am I? Look at this.
Still looks this.
She's looking at.
Looking around. Where am I?
But yeah, and I think there's maybe one more video, but this is, yes, that's a cute baby Felix, and he's still cute to this day. So, oh dear.
Like that.
So I took lots of photos here. I'm doing it one-handed, holding him with one hand, and taking a photo like this with my phone. And
smiling.
Oh, there's a smile. Yes. So and here's, I think this is the last video. Yes. Wow, really wide eyes now.
What are you thinking about? Yeah, hello.
Fingernails.
Hi.
Yes.
Giant fingers.
And
How are
his
you
nose.
doing?
Got all the yellow marks on his nose. I think that's a sign. Do you want
What
this?
are you thinking? What are you thinking about? Your name is Felix. You know that?
First time we said his
Think
name.
about that. You like it?
He's smiling. Is he smiling?
Yeah, why not?
wondering.
So that's my moment with Felix, and I think I was allowed to feed him for the first couple of feeds.
Formula.
They gave these very tiny bottles of formula for infants, and I think was it the next day he got brought up to your ward as well?
I think after 12 hours, because I was in my ward. They moved me to my ward around in evening, and then I got him around 5 or 6 before visiting hours. So visiting hours is about 6 to 10, right?
Yeah, but was he still
so
in his
I
box?
got him. He wasn't in the box. I got him. He was just in a trolley, which is normal. They were all queued up there, and then you will choose who your baby is. So, like
Choose a baby.
Yeah, babies are here, and then they are all lined up in a box trolley, and then you will just look what their label, which
Something
one
like
is
this.
yours,
Something
like
like
what
box
one, and then box in the trolley, and then you will choose like babies are here, and then you will go find your baby. So you will look for their labels, because they will be labeled, of course, I think in their feet. Yeah. So I got him before visiting hours, so that was 5-ish, like that, and
5 p.m. So that's so that's 6 hours after the
like that.
Yeah.
No, I was in the ward 12 that day. I was in the ward 5 that day, and then the following day I got him at 5.
Oh, right. So
Yeah, so after 12 hours.
So no. Following day, 5 p.m. or 5 a.m.
5 p.m.
So the following day. So that's 29. That's about 29 hours after the birth.
Okay, so I'm not good.
Not very good enough. Yeah.
No, very well.
So
Yeah,
the
so
following day-
I saw
gonna
him.
say, I'm sure
I saw him
there's a lot of
after.
times in his
Yeah, I
box.
saw him after a day, and he was being fed by a formula, and I started to feed him, I think, but I was still cannot get up properly, and then there was one time I was very angry with the nurse, because they took out my catheter, which because I was still I can't feel my half body yet for about 10 after 10 hours, I think, and I can't still feel my body, but I can feel like I need to wee, but I can't wee. So, but they took out my catheter, and I said, can you put it back, because I'm really struggling to wee. I cannot wee, but my bladder is so full. But then they said that no, we cannot put it back. You have to try your best. And I was like, I was really trying, but my bladder is full. Nothing is coming out. Can you put it back? So after 5 times that I've been ringing the bell, nurse, and then they eventually put it back, and then because I really can't do it. Like, no matter what I do, I really can't do it. There's nothing coming out, but my bladder is so
apart from that, the
full.
nurses are nice.
And they said that you have to try your hard, otherwise you'll never get used to it. And I said, I'm really trying my best. I can't do it. So that's the time I was I got angry with the nurse, and then just said, you have to be nice.
Yeah.
They look. You have to be nice, because they might do something bad to Felix. Yeah.
But
anyway,
when did you come home? Was it the following day?
the following day, because there's no problem at all with me and Felix, except him being in the box for a few hours because he was having low sugar or something. But then what do you call that? The result of getting anesthetic. I had my itchy everywhere. I think other moms experience that when they had their thing. After a while, after the, what do you call that? You will feel very itchy in
allergy, like an allergy.
Not allergy. Side effects.
Side effects. Okay.
Yeah. So the side effects for me is like itchy everywhere.
Okay, but after the 2, you've done the vaginal birth, and you've done the cesarean section.
Yeah, for
which do you prefer?
Yeah, so because I done both, and for the vaginal birth, if you did see my birth story for Pizza, it was really scary and very difficult and very painful, and I was not able to recover after a month because I was in and out in the hospital from my stitches. And so I prefer C-section, because to C-section I didn't feel anything at all. I didn't feel pain, and it was very relaxed, although it's boring because it's like it's boring. It's very quiet. Nothing is happening or something like that. No intense feeling that's happening. But it was very relaxed, very painless. But
for me, I preferred
yeah.
Peter's birth because I was there the whole time. I could see it happening and I could feel like I was involved. I mean, I was holding onto your hand and getting it squeezed. But for Felix's birth, all I can remember is just being really, really nervous and scared because I was just waiting that no one's telling me what's happening. And then when I did hear what's happening, I was told, yes, your wife has lost too much blood and your child's gone to, the baby's gone to the intensive care unit, and not really giving more explanation than that. Just wait. So yeah, I prefer Peter's birth, I think.
Yeah,
Felix's
no, I prefer C-section for it's safer. Although if I would have a choice again for the first time, I will still do normal birth for Peter again.
To experience it.
To experience it. But then now that I experience both, I would rather choose cesarean C-section because it's safer, it's more calm, and it's not easy. Everything is both are difficult actually because we've been caught the recovery, but the recovery for me is quick. After two weeks, my stitches is dried out, and then after 4 weeks I started to do exercise in the gym.
Still for 1 month. Still for 1 year.
Yeah.
Still for 1 year. Sorry.
After 1 year, I still feel the itchiness, something like that. And then they said don't lift heavy things after 6 months, until after 6 months. But anyway, that's our story.
That's Felix's story.
for Felix.
Yeah.
And
So we don't have any more children at present.
Yeah.
So no more birth stories for the time being.
For the time being. So hopefully next time
Next time
there will be a live
birth
vlog.
No, don't say that.
Yeah. What?
What, you filming?
Yeah.
I filmed the birth.
Yeah.
No.
We're gonna film. Are you gonna be scared? That's what I've been wanting to do. Like what's happening.
Okay, let's end it here then.
But anyway, thank you
you
everyone for watching.
Remember to subscribe.
Yeah, don't forget to subscribe and see you on my next vlog. Bye bye.
Our next vlog.
Our next vlog. Bye bye.
Kiss.